And I dobale for everybody. I swaggerly dobale for all of you. How are you all doing this morning? This is the day the Lord Himself has made. I'll rejoice. I'll be glad in it. I hope you do the same. How did you experience the night? They say we shouldn't ask how was your night too. So did you sleep good? You would know if you slept well because you'd wake up feeling more refreshed. Doesn't matter how many hours sometimes, but the way you feel when you wake up will tell you how the sleep went. So it's a beautiful day. It's a new day. We're moving on to take on new territories, and I'm hoping that Nigeria is getting wiser and is wiser by today. We'll be taking a look at the front page stories this morning, and maybe a couple from here and there. I'll be joined by Rufai Husseini for the analysis later on, and the parliamentarians, that being you, will be joining after that. I'll let you have the numbers, and I'll let you have the contact details. Generally, I'll let you have all those. And it's good to know that we all have freedom of speech, but we know that our freedom stops where the next person's freedom begins. So we try very hard to respect each other's freedom as we move on into a beautiful day. Okay, later on in the day, we are hoping to have Esan join us. I'm talking about Femi Falana. He'll be joining us later at about 10:30, and we'll be talking about democracy. You know, they were part of those who did the struggling for what we have now. We'll be talking about that, what it is now, what they expected versus what they have, what I ordered versus what I got, you know that, and also the kind of cases we are having from the judiciary and judgment. We'll talk about all that later on. So stay with me, my friend, as we move on straight. I'm Cordelia Obem. Wherever you are in the world watching, thank you, and stay on. On YouTube, you can watch at VOP903 FM. Same handle for all social media platforms. Follow, like, and share. And you could also follow me at Cordelia Obey. Obey is OKPEI. Cordelia is CORDELIA. Wanna they send message to that, but Mona help me right somewhere. Thank you. Let's move on first to the Daily Independent, and this is the very first we're having. And above the mast, we have only new constitution will stop Nigeria from collapse. This is according to Chief Emeka Anyaoku, former Secretary General of the Commonwealth. He said this that's the only thing that will stop Nigeria from falling towards eventual collapse. He noted that a new Nigeria People's Democratic Constitution, hear that, a new Nigeria People's Democratic Constitution must be pluralistic for Nigeria to survive. Well, he spoke during the June 12 Democracy Day rally, and they had the wreath laying for Abiola and so on. There were other Nigerians there, eminent Nigerians, when he said that. Courts didn't declare pro-Wike lawmakers PDP members, Rivers acting Attorney General said. And he's saying that we should all stop spreading this wrong information. We should go and understand court rulings properly before we come out to say anything. Well, you can get that full story inside the Daily Independent. For their major headline, new minimum wage. FG asks Labour to settle for what won't lead to mass retrenchment. FG asks Labour to settle for what won't lead to mass retrenchment. And the riders, NLC faults Tinubu's speech, says no agreement with FG yet. All of us, we wonder when we heard it yesterday when he said, I'm going to be transmitting soon. Well, it recounts how they were intimidated, harassed by government officials, contrary to what was said in the speech. Oh, wow. Says their demand remains 250,000 naira. Well, I see two sides here. Yesterday in the speech, the president had said, we invited them to the table for dialogue, no harassment, no this, no that. But here they are saying that we were intimidated, we were harassed. One of them will be the fact that they complained that there were soldiers around, even though they said, no, they're the guards for the NSA. Stories, different sides of the stories or story. Democracy Day, APC assures Nigerians of better days ahead. And we all say, Amen to that. APC can't win next election except through rigging. This is according to party chieftain. Says Nigerians believe Tinubu is one-term president. Okay. Governance grounded in Niger State as governor. 70% of cabinet depart for Hajj. Interesting. I'll let you know more about that. Governor Mba breaks 19-year jinx as NMCN OK's internship indexing for ESUT, other schools of nursing. Some governments encouraging youth to be criminals to rig election. This is according to Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria. Good luck, Jonathan. He said this on Wednesday. He alleged that some state governors are encouraging youth to become criminals in order to now use them to rig elections for them. Are you seeing? They're turning your children, our children, into criminals to help them rig elections, to help them live their dreams. What a shame. Lead with integrity, put people first, Can urges leaders. Now the one about Niger State, let's go there. They say governance grounded in Niger as a Bago, 70% SEC members depart for Hajj. And they listed some of the people who had gone: the governor, his deputy, the speaker of the state assembly, and about 60% of the entire state executive committee SEC had departed Mina, the state capital, on a chartered flight between Sunday and Monday to Saudi Arabia for this year's pilgrimage without, guess it? You guess right, transiting of power to anyone as enshrined in section 190 subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Speaker of State House of Assembly, who said they had embarked on trip without doing the needful. Anyway, the paper tried reaching out to other people he could speak to, but nobody picked their call. I pray their prayers for their state will be heard and it will bring development. Amen. The Punch newspaper is here. Just by the mass, we have FG World Bank begin talks on 90,000 kilometer fiber optic cable project. And we have Tijani by it there. This picture is just by it. And above the mast, governors demand refund from $10 billion NIPP investments. FD threatens to punish schools shunning safety guidelines. Hashtag end hunger protesters seek end to economic hardship. And the protests were in different parts of the states. Part of it was just to complain about what's going on, and it was a June 12 protest. We had them everywhere. We're talking about the Punch newspaper now. And for minimum wage, we have this one. FG warns of mass sacking as labor disowns agreement. Unrealistic minimum wage will cause job losses. This is according to the Minister of Labor, that you guys should be more realistic. The money you're asking for, it is too much. Then we have sexual harassment. HOS suspends PAMSEC, others probe. Now the PAMSEC is saying that this woman just wants to destroy me. I know nothing about what she's talking about. Okay, let's wait and see what the probe will throw out or throw up. And I hope, for the sake of everybody involved, that the case will be thoroughly dealt with and taken care of. I got you. Ondo man nabbed with 8 skulls, human parts. Very horrible story. I saw that story and I was like, you say what? I'm going to give you a little more about that story shortly. I just ask you to keep listening. I'll tell you what that guy was thinking when he went into doing what he was doing. Horrible story, I tell you. And we have another one. Motorists groan as Ogun Ram Market causes gridlock on Lagos Ibadan Expressway. But I think they say Ram today they couldn't buy. I manage gridlock. Okay. Now about the Ondo man who was nabbed for having that number of human skulls in Iswa, 8 human skulls. This one is in the headquarters of the Akoko Southeast local government. The state police public relations officer, Mrs. Fumilayo Odunlami, explained on Wednesday that the police personnel attached to the Police Safer Highway Patrol at the Iswai Pimi checkpoint arrested the suspect while they were on duty. And they said that this was when they flagged down a Nissan Saloon car en route Akure. They found these dry human skulls, fresh human flesh, and charms found in a wrapped polythene bag. Now, the suspect is a 31-year-old guy, Yusuf Ade Noi, and he was going to supply these items to a herbalist, he said. He also confessed to having supplied 7 human skulls before he was arrested. I hope that they're going to arrest him, and they also arrest the native doctor, and they also arrest the clients of the native doctor. I hope that is what will come out of this case. And the other one, we also have from the Punch that I want to fight Joshua. This is Mike Tyson talking, and we know Anthony Joshua, that's who he's talking about. And this one about minimum wage, the federal government warning that people may get sacked if we continue on this path. This is the advice they're giving out to the labor organization, and they're saying that the broader economic implication of this push will not be very good. And the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, who handed down the admonition, hinted that 250,000 naira minimum wage demanded by labor could undermine the economy, lead to mass retrenchment of workers, and jeopardize the welfare of Nigerians. Let's move on now, and that's part of the story I just shared with you there. Now, the acting president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Prince Adewale Adeyanju, said as of the time negotiations ended on June 7, no agreement had been reached by the tripartite committee on the national minimum wage, so they are rather confused about the claims during his Democracy Day broadcast, where the president, Bola Tinubu, had said that an agreement had been reached on the new national minimum wage, and it will be transmitted to the National Assembly as an executive bill to codify the agreements reached. Okay, everybody, they confused right now. The Daily Times is here. No agreement with FG on new minimum wage, says NLC. False Tinubu's Democracy Day claim insists on 250,000 naira. Says Nigerian workers won't accept any minimum wage figure that approximates to starvation wage. Right. Tinubu vows to preserve democracy, protect citizens' freedom. CDS restates armed forces' unalloyed loyalty to Constitution and Tinubu. Nigerian banking system is stable. This is according to CIBN. They're assuring Nigerians. And Democracy Day, why the nation's economy is ailing stakeholders. 9 Bauchi LGs risk moderate high flood this year. NEMA. And Democracy Day, Anyoko, others reiterate call for new constitution. It's a wonder that most of these papers do not have that incident from yesterday, and I'm wondering why. Anyway, you'll find out the incident soon. Only 5.3 million workers will benefit from new minimum wage. This you'll find front page of the Daily Trust. The Daily Trust is what I have in front of me right now, and it has the following riders. Nigeria among worst salary payers in Africa. Reducing cost of living is the way out, Dr. Oluwakere. FG states LGs must not politicize wages. Peterside. No agreement reached with FG. That's according to the NLC. We'll be joining Rufai shortly, but before we bring him on, let me quickly run through a couple from this day. This day has some spread out here, and I think they have what I was looking for. One of the stories I said other people were dodging. Let's take a look at this day right now, and they have this one. Tinubu's Dobale. Military parade, cultural displays highlights Democracy Day celebration. President, democracy worth falling for. Atiku Obi sympathized with Nigeria's leader over his sleep. And Nigeria states protests in Lagos, Abuja, and other cities. They also have the one about the NLC, no deal with the FG on 62,000 naira minimum wage. Dangote, I believe I have paid $2.4 billion of 5.5 billion borrowed to build refinery. Else, he also eyes steel production, says cartel in oil industry stronger than global drug mafia. All right. June 12th, Democracy Day. Leaders salute Nigeria's 25 years unbroken democratic experience. Sylvester Dowu in Wari and so on have that story all lined up. I have Rufai on the line now. Good
Hello.
morning, Rufai. How are you this morning? I hope you're doing pretty
Mo-
good. Good morning.
morning.
All right.
Morning. Yeah, I will thank God. Blessed. How are you? How are you all? Trust we are all doing great. Have Chrissy Day once again.
I say that
It's a time
again.
for a lot of reflection.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
I say happy Democracy Day once again. It's a time for reflection, and I just hope in fact, I'm happy the president is well after his fall yesterday.
That broke my
Because
heart. It broke my
that
heart.
was a bad fall.
Yeah.
That was a
Very
bad
bad
fall.
fall. Very bad fall.
And I don't think it's right for people to mock people when they fall. I mean, that was a bad fall. It could have gone all right, but we thank God he's well.
Mm.
And he sparked the comical side to it by saying it's his swagger. Yeah, he
He
doubled for
dobale
democracy.
that democracy is worth dobale for that.
Double?
He did a swagger dobale.
Swagger double. But we're happy
Yeah,
he said it
I'm
now.
very happy.
I
It's
mean,
okay.
couple of stories making the round. So let me go back to his speech yesterday. And you saw I raised this concern yesterday. It was as though Labour was hearing me.
Mm-hmm.
When I said, what agreement did he reach with Labour before he was saying that they were going to send an executive bill soon and all of that? He had not agreed with Labour.
All of us
And Labour is
wondered,
coming
eh?
out to say that it's still 250 in standard. And what your own side of Cabinet Committee was saying was 60. So is he going to go ahead and pass that 60 into law at the expense of Labour? Are we going to have more brick wall, or will Labour be able to adopt that rate, which is a far cry from the reality on ground? I mean, I think those are the many pertinent questions we need to ask. And also, rightly so, there were lots of protests yesterday.
Mm. Oh, your line is
So
breaking.
living has become a very big problem.
Yeah.
Uh, I hear rice is now 90,000 naira.
Mm.
That's why I was asking for confirmation in some areas. Food inflation is at an all-time high. The situation is painful. And you see, and that's why people are now asking questions that President Tinubu, is this the dividends of democracy you promise? We know things will get bad before they get worse, but you see, the problem with Nigeria is that these are avoidable problems. You pulled out subsidy without thinking deeply about it. You said you were brave. No, that was not bravery. That was lack of calculated planning. Last year, you said farmers were going to cultivate 100,000 hectares. They didn't cultivate it. And now we're having a food crisis. Food is going at an all-time high. You brought out a plan because the plan revealed that you were still paying subsidies after you claimed you removed subsidies. You said that plan is not true again. So you've not been able to give a lot of people, a direction. See, hope without direction is an exercise in frustration. And that's why Nigerians are frustrated. President Tinubu keeps giving hope without direction. When you give somebody hope, at least you know that a direction is coming. Take, for instance, if I work for you and you said, oh, you are going to pay me, I'm hopeful you will pay me. So I'm hopeful of an alert. But when I don't do anything for you, and I just feel because I went to pray in my closet that God, let this person bless me, and you will bless me. The first question you will ask me is, did I do any work for you? I'm not entitled to anything if I have not put in a direction at which I want my hope to come from. And that's the case of Nigeria. I'm not saying don't make reforms, but reforms without proper planning and good mindsets and good articulation is an exercise in futility and chaos. Today, you said you remove subsidy. If you remove subsidy, what is supposed to be is that you're supposed to have a general crude oil market where everybody is supposed to be able to bring in crude oil. But guess what? It is still NNPC that is largely bringing in crude oil. And they are subsidizing. The likes of the Emadel that tried to bring in crude oil at some point, they saw they couldn't compete in the market because of forex challenges. So your essence of the regulation has not been met. You are back to square one. So it's a hopeless situation.
I keep asking, what does the current leadership of NNPC have on Nigeria that they're not tweaking that
No,
establishment?
no, they will never tweak it. You see, let me tell you what happens. Every government that comes into power knows the importance of NNPC. So once they can get the NNPC on, that's just it. Because NNPC will bring in the cash. So if you as an NNPC boss can be loyal, forget it. That's not going to rock the boat as such. Except there's a big scandal or anything. And don't forget, Mele Kyari is an insider. He grew across the ranks in the NNPC, so he knows the system very well. And he's been there for so many years. So forget it. I'm not sure anything is going to tweak per se. But that's just the sad reality of our country. So you see, for all those that support President Tinubu's reforms and they say it's bold, there is no direction that comes from the reform. Okay, take for instance the forex situation. At least when you say you want to float the currency, with the intention that okay, you are going to ramp up manufacturing and all of that, you have not done that. There's no pathway to ramping up manufacturing. There's no pathway to increasing productivity. Your exports has not increased. Okay, you had a trade surplus recently of 12 trillion, but it's because of currency differentials. So it's not that you are now exporting refined materials from crude oil, like petrochemicals, as much. Okay, yes, we are doing fertilizer, but that's been done since the time of Buhari. So it's not that you're having a lot more refined product export that will be able to give you the foreign exchange. So you see, hope without direction is hopelessness. And that's why Nigerians are feeling hopeless
And
today.
even the Bible says that hope deferred makes the heart sick.
Yes, no. There's no how it was sick now. Last year, all the economic analysts were saying, okay, this year, things are going to get. We're already getting to mid-year.
Mm.
They say, oh, it will take mid-year before the reforms to kick in. We're already getting to mid-year. Today, we're already. As I when they started defending the Naira in February, their claim then was, oh, as I when we defended up to 1,100 or thereabouts, their claim then was, oh, that's not the true value of the Naira. That the Naira is still overvalued. It's still undervalued. That was find its true value. See, today the Naira has not returned to 700, which Mr. Finance Minister said was the fair value of the Naira to the dollar. So today we have now come to a new reality of 1,005. And you know why it's 1,005? Because we are not getting into the peak season. When we get to the peak season where the demand will go up, when people have to pay school fees, that's when you will see the triggers and the volatility again. Why it has stabilized that we're just getting into the peak of summer.
Yeah.
So once you
Summer
get to
holidays are
10,
still on.
yeah, when people, it's just starting. People are just starting, so you start seeing demand. Then when it gets to peak of paying school fees, but it has even got into an uncomfortable situation. So these are the things, and all the liquidity they are pumping into the market has been as a result of open market operations. And that's why I tell people, we need to listen to VOP. There's nobody, there's no station you can hear on Lagos radio at this point that breaks it down like this. As we speak now, even all the volatility all the liquidity that's coming into the market, because of the open market operation, our bond yields are very high. And don't forget, you have to pay interest on your bond yields. So that's why we're getting some. So we're getting a lot of hot money to be able to create this defense. At the same time, our reserves are suffering. So this is where Nigeria stands at the moment, and that's why you saw they were protesting in Lagos, in Osogbo. And I was also very happy. And I was also going to ask, did we need that fanfare and celebration? What was that portrait about? That was cult worship. Why would President Tinubu put a big portrait, the biggest portrait in the world of himself?
And why would the national troop be the one behind it? Who funds the national troop?
So, how much was even spent on that part? Because I didn't even know after all of that fanfare and the lecture, they finished up with a dinner yesterday.
Yeah.
So all the food and everything, who funded all of that? At a time where the poor people are not feeding properly, we are having dinners, And I like what Shehu Sani said at the dinner that President Tinubu should not remember that there are still many NSAS protesters that are kept in jail.
Mm. Many. And I hear that some were picked up yesterday during that hashtag we are hungry protest yesterday. I hear that some people were even picked up yesterday during those protests. All right, the line is going off and on. Okay, that's a network issue now. Can you hear us? Okay, let's try and make that connection work again. We'll be trying to do that while Abiodun. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. You know what?
Hello.
Okay,
Can you
I
hear me?
can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
So
now.
it's a clear case of we barely fool and them hungry. Remember the Bomali son?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man is
Mm-hmm.
an angry man, and that's the sad reality.
Wow.
So that's why you see that everybody is protesting and all of that.
Mm.
So it's some stories making the round. Elijah Aliko Dangote is saying he's paid a major part of all the debt he collected for his
Yeah.
refinery, which all we want to see is the production. Yeah, the production panel. You see, 25 years, I don't think President Bush had to take the glory for democracy. It's Abiola's day. In fact, people say June was Abiola's day. I didn't think he was supposed to bring a big statue there for himself.
Well, I'm sure they will say
in honor of all those that fought.
Yeah, I'm sure they will say no. He wasn't the one who did it. It wasn't the federal government that did it. It was a national troop that did it.
They
And
knew about it. They should know. They knew about it. All the artists that came, who paid for it? That's the first thing you ask. They should lie that it's not taxpayers' money that paid.
Yeah, and national troop is under who?
So
Under
they should lie that they
Cordelia
didn't know about it. They should lie that they didn't know about it. Something that was in the program. I saw the program yesterday. Now that's why I was even saying on TV. I was shocked when at first when we saw the bar with something we thought, oh no, it can never be Tinubu statue. It can't be that heroic wash minded. Then the next day I was checking through the program. I was reading live on TV, and I saw that the president will unveil a statue of him, a portrait of himself, and I was like, wow. So it was well aware now before.
Because this struggle that day was declared because of a particular person's struggle, and it wasn't just the person himself. There were loads of people around him, and even if you go back to that sequence, Tinubu's name wasn't on the top list of the people who were working with Abiola that period. He wasn't on the top list, all the cocories of this world. And it pained me when Frank Kokori was very ill the other time. They hardly got help for him. And now...
No, but in all fairness, last minute, the Delta State governor came.
No, that was why I said hardly. And you said it now, last minute. So there are a lot of people who are still alive. We have the Falaners, we have the these and that, they're there. So I, for one, I was expecting to see a portrait. Give me a second. I was expecting to see a portrait. You see the type they have at Maryland, where they have the map of Nigeria and different faces on it. I was expecting to see maybe an Abiola and different people surrounding and holding up Nigeria, something like that. But I no lie.
No, but you're totally correct. In fact, the matter for me. I won't tell Michael like you talk for worry, because it has to be said. That was what I expected. So maybe a collage of the struggle. So if they had even launched a documentary about the struggle of June 12th, and this was something I didn't see on most television stations. I didn't see that collage of documentaries. Maybe I might have missed it. Please don't get me wrong. If they had even commissioned a documentary that documented June 12th and the works of Abiola and everything, even in his speech, he didn't even dedicate a paragraph to Abiola properly. He just mentioned him. So that was and that's why I say hero worship. But see, in all fairness to Tinubu, he was part of the struggle. We forget that Tinubu was an SDP senator then. So he was part of the struggle. He was in the front line. He helped with raising a lot of money. I mean, I've had dinners with Professor Wole Soyinka, and I have in-depth knowledge about even the role he played, how Tinubu helped selling rice, to be able to fund the struggle at great expense. He lost a lot of things. I mean, I give a man his credit because I'm objective. But it's not supposed to be about his portrait on that day. It's supposed to be about a collage of everything. In fact, we could have done it as a symbolism of June 12th. And what could we have done? We could have done more things. Apart from the lecture, we could have done more things to symbolize June 12th. We could have had something like June 12th funded scholarships,
Mm.
June 12th impact. Because you see, Abiola campaigned on the mantra of what we call farewell to poverty.
Yes.
Under Tinubu, it's called renewed poverty and renewed hope in
But
poverty.
I was hearing, I think Daily Alake, right? He was saying that he was one of those who drafted that renewed farewell to poverty manifesto thing, and the ideals of that is what the current administration is living by and walking
So,
by.
but, but,
That
but,
was what I was
but
like, okay.
the current administration is not living by any ideals of farewell to poverty. At a time where people are suffering, there's still corruption. You are spending 90 billion on religious travel. There's a lot of malfeasance going on. No, now the rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. When you say a farewell to poverty, it was a very social injection to be able to help people.
Mm,
But where is still feeding fat? You are giving the Senate. If you really want the idea to be farewell to poverty, cut the Senate money into two and use
mm,
that money for the citizens. I've even given a template. Cut, take 150 billion out of that 344 billion in the House National Assembly. Invest 50 billion in education. If you give it to the universities, maybe to fund research or fund development, another 50 billion to healthcare sector,
mm.
another 50 billion to the manufacturing and private sector in soft loans so that they can be able to keep people in work. That's how economies grow.
Mm.
What you need is really funding of your social services.
All
That's when
right.
we know that you're
Yeah.
forward to poverty. So
I know you're going to
I
be
just
leaving
hope that,
soon. Yeah, I know you're
yeah,
going to be leaving
yeah.
soon. You referred to the pilgrimage, and it reminded me of this thing that came out from Niger State, where the opposition is kicking as governor, deputy, speaker, very top officials in the government, all of them just carried themselves to Mecca, to Saudi Arabia for
So the question we
Hajj
should ask, at whose cost?
at whose cost. And the problem now is that they didn't transmit or transit power to anybody, just left.
And you see the kind of mindset. So is this the same farewell to poverty we're talking about? Farewell to poverty is a respect for the citizenry. See, yesterday I watched the British debates. You need to see the way they were grilling the current prime minister. At some
He'll be
point,
sweating.
he was held accountable to the point where he was apologizing for leaving the D-Day celebrations. That's the kind of accountability we need in Nigeria. But you see, when you want to bring about that accountability, those slaves that their minds have been captured will tell you, no, it's our press, it's our baba. And when they forget that, you need to be able to do what is right for the people. And that's what Peter Obi was calling for on television yesterday.
Yeah.
That's what Peter Obi when he did the interview.
Says show example. Cut down.
We need to, it's just pure and simple.
Mm,
Show example. Show example. And it was the example and the grace that the president was shown. And I like what the two other presidential candidates were saying. They didn't mock President Tinubu when he fell.
no.
They said sorry to him. And that's the kind of country we need to build.
Mm,
Politics without bitterness.
mm. And
Politics without
yeah.
bitterness. It's not into gloat and everything.
Mm. And I'm hoping that as we move forward this new period, as we salute everybody who worked to make June 12 and its ideals a reality, we pray from the president to every other one still alive. We would like to say that as we move forward, let the aides and their supporters speak better. And if a man falls, just say, "Oh, we wish him well." Not that he's not the only one that fell now. This other person has fallen. That other person has fallen. You now go and look for Atiku's picture of when he fell. Somebody who's
And part of
empathizing. You look for his picture that even you fall too now.
and that's in. So, and I just hope those that fought for democracy should not be villains of democracy.
Mm,
Today, in all of this, I'd like to also pay tribute to Byron Onuga. Because I will not say because of the way Byron Onuga has treated some matters in recent time, which I disagree with, I will not pay tribute to his glowing past. He was part of those two that fought as journalists. His newspaper, the news, and Alake, they did a lot of work. People like Kauto died in the process. Their
People
lives
like
were
Shehu
lost.
Sani worked.
Like Shehu Zani, people like Showore, people like Africa. So, and I just pray that spirit that made them fight for what was fair and just in June 12th, I pray it should come back to them. Because sometimes when I see these people's tweets, I think they've lost it. They've now become what they fought against in that time.
Mm.
So they should go back to what was truly their essence. And I pray God will bless all of us. And this
Amen.
country will be good. Nobody,
Amen.
even me where they talk and perfect. But now God, they push all of us in the way of perfection. And we too, when we make mistakes, we should respect. God
Yeah.
bless you and bless all
God
of us.
bless you. Have a beautiful day, Rufai. Enjoy yourself. All right. Take care now. Bye bye. You're listening to VOP 90.3 FM. We just heard Rufai Oseni there joining for the first round of analysis. The next round is going to be from you. And before I take a quick breather to now get you talking, let's quickly run through The Guardian. I got two more. The Guardian. Nigeria's unity cannot be traded. With your support, I won't fall. Tinubu. And I say amen to that. You won't fall. And one man's fall is a fall of everybody. The sooner we also remember that, the better too. Military accused of laxity as bandits abduct 4 in Borno. Democracy Day, lead with integrity, put people first, can urges leaders. Nigeria requires new constitution urgently, say Anyoku, Wanchuku, Obi, others. New minimum wage may plunge Nigeria into deeper crisis. Soludo, others, 1. Randy lecturers accused of frustrating female students in Ebonyi University. Wanna catch them, wanna tell them to dance around the school. I know tell them now what to do. You guys know what to do. And the Vanguard, finally, before we move on. Nigeria's crude oil production dropped to 1.25 mbpd in May. This according to OPEC. Lukman says APC can no longer win election without rigging. Wow. While 1 trillion naira is needed to fund legacy projects, NDDC. Labour rejects Tinubu's claims of minimum wage agreement. Why I support full LG autonomy, Governor Abdul Razak. Eagle Square slip, Tinubu not Superman, presidency. Democracy Day, eminent citizens, elder statesmen chart way forward, and we have a lot of riders under that story. You can check them out all on the front page of Vanguard. And today is Thursday, June 13, a day after the celebration, and it's time now for us to join you. You'll be calling the number 0700 903 903 903, and for WhatsApp 0817 175 6338. You let us know where you're calling from. You tell us your name. Turn down the volume on your radio set. When we pick your call and we hear that call back, we will discontinue the conversation. And please, 90 seconds per person. You go to the point and not a person, and we'll be happy. Yeah. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm doing very well. All right, go ahead.
You can calling you from Isola Kingdom.
Welcome, Ikan from Isola Kingdom. Our proverb for the day is
If the broom was one of the good things of the house, why turning it to sweeping the teeth? You know, when the ABC come with the symbol of broom, when they started, I called the attention of my colleague. I said, look, these people are coming to sweep our happiness. They are coming to sweep the good things of life away, because broom was never a good thing for somebody to use as a symbol. That's by the way. Now the Labour are saying they never come to agreement on minimum wage. But yesterday, the president said he's going to submit whatever they have agreed to the National Assembly to pass it into law. Now at this situation, who do we believe? Who do we trust? When a government continues lying and telling people the truth, how would they trust them? Yesterday, I sympathize with the fall, because it's not a matter of fall, but how did it stand up? That's the most important thing.
okay.
Because everybody at one in time can sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
But when the country is not moving in the right way, and the truth part is also very, very hard.
Okay.
Yesterday, he benefited from protesting, but he did not allow Nigerians to express their feelings.
Okay.
I hope we are all watching. I hope we are all seeing.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Let me remind you of my cues when you start hearing me say, okay, okay, okay. It's not that I'm driving you. I'm just letting you know that that's a disconnecting finger is almost hitting because it's 90 seconds. So let's keep to 90 seconds. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. This is Benga from Shomolu.
Welcome, Benga. Nice to have you join us. Go ahead.
You made a statement just now that one man's fall is everybody's fall. Please, where did you get that quote from?
Na me formal. Me.
Is your poverty everybody's poverty? Is your suffering everybody's suffering? The suffering that Nigerians are suffering, is it the elected official? Is it their suffering? That's your quote. Please try and restructure it. Let me use that, that language.
By tomorrow, I will think of another way to restructure it. For today, if president fall now, all of us fall now. For today, manage it like that. Do you think our elders, their proverb just came one day?
That one is not manageable. That proverb is not manageable.
You are wicked. You are wicked. Good morning. Thank you very much, Benga. Oh, good. He said my proverb is not manageable. Okay, I'll think of another one. Hello, good morning. All right, let me read some of your messages. If came Wobodo, thank you so much. I got you. You said a good morning to all of us here. Adam Solomon, where are the CNG buses they promised? The student loans, Dangote said just last month when he was interviewed in Egypt by this month will stop importing oil and prices will drop all OD. Well, Dangote has said that by next month, 10-15, it's going to happen. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, this is Jonathan from London.
Good morning, Jonathan. How are you today?
Not too bad.
Great.
Not too bad.
Go ahead. I don't forgive you for yesterday. I don't forgive you.
This one that you caused this one now. Thank God for the last caller.
If you leave my proverb alone, go ahead.
Thank God. We don't know who poured spiritual crop for a good square yesterday. We need to Google it to bring the person out.
But that thing was painful to watch. It was painful. I felt it.
It is what it is now.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah.
So that's our situation, irrespective of what was our country presidents happened to. So we pray for a quick recovery, irrespective of what happened. But if not for God, who knows what will have happened more?
Yeah.
So let's thank God. Let's thank God first.
All right.
I rest my case.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you so much. Go with your spiritual luck, right? Oh, wow. Bye-bye. All right. I got you. Easy Slim. Good morning, Miss Cordelia in the house. Good morning, Mr. Easy. Why is the president still keeping Kiari? Emmanuel Usi, you're talking. That's Kiari of NNPC. I'm sure you're not the only one asking, eh? Is not Abiola that's supposed to be in that portrait? That question is being asked by you and many too, I'm very sure. We will get an answer and an explanation, maybe. Oluwale, okay. Woohoo! What was that? Have you done the need? No. Oluwale Osuneye. Rufai, he never sold rice. All that was ruse. He was dealing. Please though, this is a big allegation. You're expected to help me to read it. I beg you. You said he was selling beep and helping to support Nadeko, and that was the reason the Lagos State governorship was given to him. Please avoid all this propaganda. You can go to YouTube and find out the beep that I read, but it's there on YouTube. But I can't say it out, not because I'm a coward, but because no, that can open up a lot of things we don't want to open up. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. My name is Mary. I'm calling from Okafa.
Mary, let me ring bell for you first.
Okay, now.
How are you now?
I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
I want to talk about June 12th. You know that Democracy Day is on the May 29th. And then we celebrate it on June 12th. Have we talked about the impact, the impression it gives to children? Because children already know, like school children, they already know that May 29th is Democracy Day. So, and because of one man, we are celebrating it on June 12th. So the government should think about it. That is number one. Now, if the government does not want to increase the money, I think what we expected from that speech of yesterday was that the government is going to revise all the prices of goods and services, because the president lied to us that he was not paying subsidy, and later we found out that he was paying subsidy. We expected him to say, okay, yes, we were paying subsidy, when we found out that we could not remove subsidy completely. And because of that, we are revising goods. And also, we wanted to hear from the president, okay, we are going to drive away bandits or their lives from so that our farmers can go back to farms. And we also expected him to say something like,
okay,
we are one Nigeria, we are releasing Nnamdi Kanu, we are forgiving some people like Emefiele, things like this, facts, basic things that we want to hear.
Okay,
and
Mary.
Well, who is that person that, so the president did not say that he should come back and say that his speech. That's all.
Right.
Thank you.
Mary, hold on before you go. Let's talk about the first point you made. Let's make it clearer. You see, that is why they need to teach history in schools. The teachers also have a role to play in all of this. The reason I think it was moved from May 29 to June 12 is the fact that it's believed that the struggles of June 12 that revolved around June 12, a day that really showed the true meaning of democracy in Nigeria, where everybody agreed that that was the best election we've ever had. They decided to move May 29. May 29 was the day there was a swearing in, handover and all that to the new president and so on. So you know what? Instead of just doing that, let's merge these 2 days, right? And explaining it to the children is something we could do, and it's easy. Children understand well. It will be easy for them to understand, and I think that's what can be done too. Yeah, Mary, please help me attend to the small person cry. Mona no make am vex this morning.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you very much. Have a lovely day.
You too. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning. Hello, how are you? Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name?
Remy from Akoka.
Oh, this is Remy in Nigeria. There's Remy without the Martins from the UK. All right, I got two Remys now. Go ahead. It sounds like this is the first time you're calling.
Speaking with you.
Oh,
I'm a regular caller on this radio station.
I must ring my bell.
Previous hand up this show and all that.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to my
Good to have you here now.
Thank you. Go
I've
ahead.
known you for a while.
Oh, you have?
You don't know. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Metro from and the likes.
See my life in public. I didn't know. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. What is really democratic about Democracy Day we claim to have celebrated yesterday? And there is this narrative I don't find comfortable. We are limiting democracy to just change of agbada to khaki to agbada. How about what comes with democracy? Development across board, education, health, security. Can we speak about those aspects as well? It is not just about taking power from khaki to agbada. How about development that comes with it? Presently, we are far worse than we were, even under the military rule. Economically, I'm talking about economy now. Economically, we are far worse. We have more out of school children. Poverty level is on the rise. Inflation is, up the roof. So I still don't know why we are not using the word recession. Looking at all the indices. And what happened under the last administration is happening now. The same way Buhari removed subsidy in 2016, that we went into recession straight up. same thing happened. He had to reintroduce subsidy through the back door. He also claimed there was no subsidy.
Okay.
Tinubu is doing the same thing.
Okay, it's 90 seconds.
So, as we speak now, democracy is just words of mouth, just like Shivu Sonny said.
Okay.
National anthem can unite us. Justice, equity, fairness can only unite us. Good morning.
Good morning, Remy. Thank you very much. Let me read some messages now from WhatsApp. Good morning to you. To me, President Tinubu's democracy speech yesterday was nothing to take home. He just told Nigerians what Nigerians already knew. Who doesn't know that people like MK Obiola, the wife, and others died for democracy to thrive in Nigeria or to thrive in Nigeria? The issue on grounds such as insecurity, hunger, and poverty, to mention but a few, President Tinubu didn't address us. What he will do differently to solve them. Minimum wage, we thought he would put an end in his speech yesterday. Didn't happen. That is all the negotiations, right? He only said he will transmit what was agreed upon to National Assembly to pass. But Labour said they didn't agree on anything with government. Madam, who is lying to Nigeria as far as minimum wage is concerned. As per President's fall yesterday, to me, it's an accident that can happen to anyone. But for President to say he is a Lagos boy, a Yoruba man, he is on his own. We thank God he's not more than that. Benjamin from Shogun Leago, you now. Martins Duro, aka Mayor from Ikotoengbe, good morning. I really felt for the president yesterday struggling to address the nation. This is what we're always saying. How can old men close to 90 years continue to rule Nigeria? These old men ought to be with their families, pressing hot water on them and have good rest, but they chose to remain in power and giving Nigerians national disgrace. How can the country move forward with this type of men in power? In fact, I will no longer blame our so-called leaders, but we, the ordinary citizens, because we don't even really know what we want as people, wishing you whatever you wish yourself. Martins Duro. Good morning.
Hello, Cordelia. Good morning.
Morning. Peter, is that you?
Yeah, this is your brother Peter Omonse from Shomolu.
Welcome, comrade.
Thank you, ma. Cordelia, Anyoku says that if we don't get a new constitution, Nigeria may collapse. We have to take that statement very seriously because the way things are going, we need to have a structure, which is a constitution on ground that will spell out everything that if you're a president, you rule for so time. If you don't make impact on the life of the people positively, you don't wait to be voted out. You don't wait to be whatever they use. You live by yourself. And number two, somebody say APC cannot win election except they rig election. So what do we do now? Do we still want to wait for them to rig again? Because the machinery that make that rigging possible is still very intact. I think National Assembly this time around, like I used to say, will have to work on making sure that the president does not appoint the Chief Justice of Nigeria. The president does not have any hand in appointing INEC chairman. The president will have no hand in appointing Inspector General of Police because these are the machineries that make rigging of election possible. And finally, my sister, there's a news somewhere that tells us that the elders are charting the way forward. I wonder why in a country we don't have, the committee of elders that will call their own and tell him that what you are doing is wrong. Nigeria, you cannot buy food again. Yesterday, I bought the first food I used to buy 250 before. I bought the first one 800 naira. I ate it. Did not do me. Within few minutes, I went to buy another one.
Thank God for money. Now. You had money to buy.
No, I was not very full and I was in trouble. You know when they say half bread is better than none. This time I half bread turned my belly. I have to go and buy full bread again. So Cordelia, Nigerians are suffering and Tinubu is not. He has turned his back against us. The elders have to sit down and bring him back. If he cannot perform, please let him leave. The suffering is too much. This is not what Abiola stood for. Abiola stood for hope, and Tinubu stands for disgrace and stands for torture for Nigerians. I think for me, it's enough time to tolerate this man. If he cannot do it, please let him drop. Constitution should tell him to drop. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Peter Monse. Let's move over now to YouTube. Losin Amadi Cordelia Obey is OKPEI. You love this your surname. I'm not supposed to love my surname. I'm about to you. Olugbenga Bamidele, those slaves that their mind have been captured will go do juju. I don't really get you, Olugbenga, but that was what you wrote. Oluwale Oshon. So all these people did not fight for democracy as we are not practicing anything close to democracy. Therefore, you see their color. They were fighting for what you have now. Therefore, you see it. Ambrose Aka, good morning to you. Please help me ask Mr. President, where's Professor Humphrey Wonsu in the whole of June 12 accolade? Because it was him that announced the result at the risk of his life. Ambrose, that's what you wrote here. Mama Obasuyi Koyo, you said that portrait is to show how self-centered Nigerian politicians are. Everything is about them and their family. May God help Nigeria. You haven't seen nothing yet. I beg you, don't see, don't do. Hello, good morning. Hello, I picked your call. Good morning. Yeah, hi.
Morning, Cordelia.
Good morning, Baptist. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. How was your night?
I believe it was fine. Thank you.
Okay, we thank God for that.
All right.
Yeah, we all saw what happened yesterday. So we cannot divert it to slippery or something like that. This is a sign to Nigeria. By the way,
what sign?
I heard he said.
What sign? I don't get that.
He said slippery. You people are saying slippery.
Okay.
Slippery is all for Nigeria. It's not all. It's not for everybody. Okay.
Okay.
That's what I want to let you know. Yeah.
Okay.
So the next one is the. I heard you discussing that the people that went to protest yesterday because of hunger and they picked some of them. Is that how it's supposed to be? Somebody is hungry and they were telling you that they are hungry. You go and arrest them. It's very, very bad. It's unfair. It's very, very unfair. So they don't do that. So does it mean that Nigerians cannot protest again? Peaceful protest. What does that mean? When Jonathan is ruling, are they not protesting? Did Jonathan kill anybody? Did he arrest anybody because of protest? That's my take this morning. So they have to be, yeah.
Thank you, Baptist. No vex, Ejo. Thank you. All right, I'm going to. I beg now. I for let you go.
In Nigeria, they make me best.
I for let you go just now. No vex. I beg. All right, thank you. All right, let me read some messages now. I have to read some messages. So sorry, I can't take this call right now. All right, I got you. His Royal Highness Bisin Woko in Oshodi. I sympathize with the president. Old age is a blessing from God. I blame the people working with him because he should have been well guided as he did during the electioneering campaigns. I won't blame him if the video in circulation is true, very true, real true, absolutely true. Wishing him quick recovery. From Adeyemi Kamoru, Satellite Town, Lagos. President Tinubu missed his step and fell. It could happen to anybody, including those mocking him. To fall is human. To rise after you fall is a blessing from the divine. The thing is that God has already elevated Tinubu no matter how we mock him. Well, I doubt if anybody here is mocking him. Prince Ayotek from Arena Market, you're saying, it's a beautiful Thursday morning. Yes, it is. Federal government refused to grant Labour's demand. Meanwhile, some of our lawmakers earn millions. I sympathize with our president after he fell like Naira yesterday. Mr. President should know that Nigerians are not happy with him. There's massive hunger in the land and people going to pilgrimage use their money to charter flight going for pilgrimage. If they pray here, won't God answer them? Because, could you take that and let it be on hold? Okay, I'll take this, just be on hold. If they pray here, won't God answer them because they want to get ecclesiastical title, which makes no meaning? Let them release Mazen Namdi Kano, Prince Ayotek from Arena Market. Good morning.
Dear Madam Speaker.
Remy without the Martins.
That's your boy. That's your boy. God bless you.
God bless you too.
You see, my job is probing history. Finding why behind every action. First of all, I do not see Abiola as my own hero, okay? Abiola was he was a friend of those who looted Nigeria. And I have not found any place in history that showed me that he opposed the evil those people did to us. Now, Rufai paid tribute to people. He said they fought for democracy. Please let your audience, one person, tell me how many people that were with Abiola then that got to power that did not steal. I do not know. You see, I hate to see activists win elections. Do you know why? History told me every people that came to power through activism become oppressor.
Become a little fraud.
Mugabe was oppressor. He was an activist, he became oppressor. Museveni, Paul Kagame, that woman in Myanmar, I can't remember her name now, she's in jail.
Aung San
Suu Kyi. You see, so this is how they deceive people. And now, what people are saying is, oh, the struggle that day. What did the struggle those days become? And I give tribute to Shehu Sani. Shehu Sani is one of the few who was part of the struggle, who got to power and spoke the truth. Of course, you have to pay for it. If you have to pay for it, why not just say it? Okay, so all these people you call activists of yesterday, they are the oppressors of today, including our professor of double standard. God bless you, Mama.
Hold on, before you go, Remy, you just said something that if you follow me on social media, sometimes scroll down my page, especially on Facebook. This thing you just said, you see that it's one of the things I usually will talk about. That I really am not a fan of any form of activism per se, because when some of these people now come into that position, yesterday's activist, it may just become today's oppressor.
No,
that's one thing I've always struggled with.
Exactly. The third world country. Go and check them. Their former activists become oppressor when they get power. And that's why activism, in my view, just stay. You are supposed to be a watchdog. You don't know how to handle power. See what they have put us into. And my prayer is anybody that oppressed Nigeria will fall in Jesus' name. Thank you very much, Frank.
Amen. Thank you so much. You see, I like that his perspective. An activist mustn't become a leader. You can still remain an activist and become the watchdog of that society as long as can allow you to be. Thank you, Remy. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello. All right, you're going to call back now. I picked your call, but you weren't saying anything, or maybe you weren't hearing me. I got you. Purify Prophetic Ministry International. I've seen your messages. I seem not to get what you have written here. I have others here too. Good morning to you, Adetunde. Simple Show TV. Is Abiola hero of June 12 or Humphrey Wonsu? Question. Answers may just be blowing in the wind. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Christian. Go ahead. Hi.
Okay. You know, something really boggled my mind yesterday. I'll just share that quickly.
Okay.
You know, I love what Remy just said now. You know, it shows that, I mean, he's someone who sits down to think. And again, there's some things we can't even see on radio, and that's the honest truth. You understand? You know, when you sit back to think, you know, it's like this. They say the president, you know, was one of the people, you know, who fought for, you know, democracy and blah blah blah. You fought for so long. You fought for years. You fought against people who oppressed the people then in power. One would think that when you come in, you know, you will do the right thing, and you now become worse than the people who are oppressing the people who you are fighting against. It just boggles my mind. I'm telling you, it just boggles my mind. How do you fight for so long? How do you rally people? How do you put people down? And people, you know, you give people that hope that when I come in, you know, I will do so much. When you come, you now become worse than the people you are fighting against. It really boggles me. And regarding the honest truth, regarding like what Remy said, regarding the Abiola thing, I'm not a fan of him, honestly. I can't say some things on radio based on history. And I'll tell you, it's intentional that history has been taken away from our schools. Because if they teach history, I'm sure these ones coming up will be so. Because the reason why Nigerians, I mean, someone you read a comment from someone now. When you hear people still support these people oppressing us, it makes you laugh. It means they don't even understand history.
Okay.
And if you put Abiola today and you put a Tinubu now, people will still support a Tinubu.
Okay. All right.
For no
Christian.
reason.
All right,
All right.
Christian, 90 seconds. In fact, more than 90. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And I'm not I'm not gonna say anything. There was something I almost said. If I say it, I won't say it on radio. If we meet face to face somewhere else, I can't say it. But here, till Jesus come, I will not say it here. Let me read some of your messages. Still, Leo from Lagos. Good morning. Tinubu has fallen down, and we wish the price of foodstuff, price of fuel, exchange rate of dollar, corruption will fall too. We're praying those will fall. There is nothing wrong with Tinubu sleeping, but what was totally wrong was the president lying and deceiving Nigerians by saying he was doing dobale. That's the attitude of Nigerian politicians. They don't like telling the people the truth. He should apologize to the country. What message is he passing to his grandchildren? From Osita Chibuike, engineer Iskale from Egbeda, real fall of the president is an indication that he's a human being who can be strong or weak, who can be sick or healthy, who can live and die. So I don't think that should be used as a reason to make jest of him. Let all of us be humble, no matter our position. Anybody can fall. Olushesi Aderoju from Satellite Town. Morning to you too, dearest brother. I don't have much to say, but my tribute to Mr. Rufai for not being a bitter analyst, and I respect him for that. May Almighty God continue to protect and bless him. Amen to that. And also, yours is next. Good morning. You say, why is the government finding it difficult to make the refineries work? Why not sell them reasonably with open bidding? This will make it possible for the investors to invest energy and finances into making it a business venture, not a milking cow. This should be Economics 101 that even undergraduates can handle. Waje or Sadebe from Shasha. All right, from wherever you're listening, I say thank you for being a part of the program. Check your time. It's just about 8 minutes past 8. And you're next on the line. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning. How are you today?
My name is Victor from Mushin.
Welcome, Victor from Mushin. You know, the way you say your good morning almost sounds like Peter. You guys say it the same way. I like the ring, though. Go ahead.
Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Could you turn down the volume on your radio set? I can hear it.
Why giving kudos to all the staff of VOK for a job well done, or which you are doing? Continue.
Thank you.
For all your programs in all the languages, you are doing very, very well.
Thank you.
Continue to, we appreciate that radio station. It's really the voice of the people.
We appreciate you too. Thank you.
God has blessed this country. In all ramifications, in all ways, God has blessed us. We thank God for that. Our prayer, or my own prayer, my own opinion, is that God should save us, to deliver us, to rescue us, to have mercy on all we people. And if the government can reduce their expenses from A to Z, from the presidency to those who are on the last bottom, because of the high salary they are earning, the masses are looking at them. That's why they are fighting or agitating for increments.
All right.
When I was working, in order for the company not to meet up staff, they give us half of our salary, because when it was bad went back, they give us half of our salary.
Okay.
We accepted in order not to retrench. If you don't want the government, either state or federal, to reduce, to Way of start.
Okay.
Please.
All right. Thank you. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. And thank you for the accolades. And we appreciate your support every time and anytime. Keep listening to VOP 90.3 FM. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Kenneth Chuku from Festac.
Welcome, Kenneth Chuku. Go ahead.
Fine. Yeah, please, I want to ask the police people that are arresting the people that are arresting for hunger in Nigeria, are they not also citizens of this country? Are they not seeing that hunger is in this country? Why are you going after those people protesting for hunger in this country?
Are you asking me to answer? Or that's a rhetorical question?
So the reason why I'm asking is because if the country is good, the police also will benefit from it.
Yeah.
Why do them allow the citizens to vent their anger that is happening in the country, so that the government will look at it and settle it, that they also will benefit from it, than them disrupting the.
Okay. All right. I get you. Thank you very much. We're all experiencing what's going on. And I know that at a point, even Femi Falana's son had even gone to court to say, no, the prices should be regulated for some particular things. And I'm wondering how that played out. Well, we may just be asking him that amongst other questions when all things being equal. Yeah, he joins us at 10:30 today on the station. We'll keep you updated on that. He has a lot to say, and we'll talk about a lot too. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Chris from Abulegba.
Hello, Chris. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me make my contribution to what has been said right there. You see, the president was not the only person at the Eagle Square yesterday. But this is a warning signal. I read something somewhere that sometimes when God is talking to people, they don't listen. It comes in various ways. A lot of people may not agree with what I'm saying. But the truth is this. He's telling what the reason why the president fall. Maybe that something is trying to tell you have lost control of your government. And certain things need to be in order. Again, if you cannot take people to the promised land, why not leave them where they were? Because they are crying out that they were better off in Egypt than where we are taking them to. Now, another thing I want to talk about. The National Assembly and the Senate, they go home with bogus salary, bogus allowances, but nothing to show for, no legislation to pilot the affairs of the country in a better way. What is the point? Why? Why are they there? What are they doing there? What are we paying for?
All right.
We are wasting our time. The truth is this. Let's get our house in order and do the right thing. Mr. President, you were not the only person at the Eagle Square.
All right.
You've lost control of your government, and that's the reason why you fall.
Oh, wow.
And that's the sign.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, good morning, Cordelia.
Good morning. How are you today?
How are you? I'm okay. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. This is Renard calling from Spain.
Okay. I missed the background sound, so I didn't guess it right.
Yeah, I'm inside the toilet. I'm just calling from inside toilet.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
Okay, my dear. How is your day going?
Very fine, we thank God.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, Cordelia, I want to touch on the people calling on labor union to be realistic. Why can't they say the same thing to government, to Nigeria government? Imagine what they want to pay this 65,000 this thing, which is 40 euro. Is that not shameful? Why are they after labor? Why can't they talk to Nigeria government first? Look at how Nigeria is, and they want them to accept that system. They want them to. Why can't Nigeria, at least Nigeria government, take it to 150 or 100, and then let them wait what level will say. Why are they everything? They just turn everything upside down. Just for because of my 90 seconds. Let me just leave that for this democracy. This thing. You see, Cordelia.
Yes.
One thing about this thing, you know, I was in Nigeria. I know that I'm too this thing that time, but I witnessed what happened during during the time of this Abacha regime. These people that fought for this started again. The people that when you want to talk about democracy, I don't know, we're not in democracy. We're still I don't know what this you talk of this Fahumi. First of all, talk of this professor this Humphrey Nwosu. Had even this one is like this Mamudu. I don't think even they will just rig election. They will just say what we just hear that Abiola was just one time a presidential candidate. But this man was stood on the ground. Nobody was talking about this man. The man first, before you talk of Fahumi, this Tinubu was a senator. He just fighting for his selfish interest. Not they cannot just say this Democrat. No.
Oh yeah, you're 90 seconds.
Just use for that. Listen. Okay, please. I don't know if I can touch what round up.
Okay, 30 please. Seconds. 30 seconds.
Yes, I love. Okay, just let me just the one what I said yesterday.
Okay.
This Nigeria government they just said this they give this what's this called? Carry 2 weeks to come and
okay, somebody answered us.
Somebody sent message yesterday.
Yes.
But what you had is this: they gave him 2 weeks to go and bury the mother. But some of said that he had made this in the meetup.
Bail conditions and so on.
You see all these things. Why are we turning all these things? You see complicating issues. Nigeria said the 2 weeks.
Okay, you know what?
Just take care, my dear.
Thank you. We'll find out more.
Okay. Maybe I'll call her by 10:30.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a good day, my dear.
All right, you too. Bye. You too. Christopher, you saying that nobody is mocking Tinubu. You feel he's mocking himself and that he lied about his age to just get to power. You wrote it differently, though. All right, let's take yours. Okay, it's not reflected there, so I'll be able to read the message from this system. Okay, maybe I'll discontinue this. Good morning, Casey Onoha from Ojo Alaba. You said Tinubu's fall is fall for wait first now. They said that my proverb no good. Why you they repeat her? You disagree with me, okay, it's fine. Tinubu's fall can never be my fall. That for yesterday, no small fall. I'm not going to read what you write. Onyeka Chinwachuku from Ajao, good morning. Why Tinubu put in picture for there? All right, okay, can you take it? All right, good. Just hold on, please hold on. She is not supposed to be MKO. Says them talk another person glory, take another person glory. Onyekachi, this is your pigeon spelling, you won't kill me. I thank God that my father never disgraced me before his demise. May his soul rest in peace. Shei Cuts from Itire. Thank God for your own experience. I have you, Mazu Gochuko, aka Elder General from Isherion Shu. I don't know why when we talk about June 12, nobody's talking about Professor Humphrey Nwosu, the next chairman. Then he summoned courage and made the results available upon all the threat from the military. This is not fair. Or is it because he's an Igbo man? We don't go that side. Please free Mazen Namdi Kano. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Sister Cordelia. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Happy Nigeria Democracy Day.
Hey, Wesley, thank you. You do what?
Yeah, my take this morning, please. So, they listen to what they talk for this radio station.
They listen. Call your name again. I don't nearly forget them.
Okay, Joshua. Hey.
I almost said Joshua, but I didn't want to fall in my memory. That's why I did it. Okay. Go ahead.
Please. So, if they are hearing us, the orderly for the president should be very close to the president.
Yeah.
They should know how to manage him. Number one, that's aside. And number two, the problem is that why are they keeping history? That they should not teach history in the school. Those money they are borrowing, who is going to teach the children how they borrow those money? Are they keeping it secret or what? That is the truth. They have to do. Number one, that is what they will do. Because listen, when you go to like Spain, if you want to be a policeman, they go to your great grandfather if he has a mental health problem before to know if he's going to still affect that person. Number one, they have to talk about history because time to come, the children will be asking, who hold this money? Let them know, those people who are working the government, how they borrow this money, so that they will be aware of it. And the root of all this problem is the constitution. No, I always say this.
Yeah.
If the senator, the legislator, all of them, the ministers, they are under payroll, under minimum wage. I think to talk about minimum wage will not take 24 hours. I'm telling you, I'm working here, I'm a worker here in Germany here. You don't even know when they put it, how they increase it. They know that something is happening, the money is not enough for everybody. They do it automatically. Why are we going back up front?
All right. Okay. Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah, thank you, Cordelia.
God bless you. All right, the line went off. Emeka, we got your message. I was trying to sort that out too. Abiodun is going to get in touch with you. All right, he's going to send you a message and will tell you where to send whatever to. Yeah. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Adewale. It's been a while. I've been seeing your messages though, but it's been a while.
I do listen. It's just that sometimes when you get tired of situations, most of the time you hear the demise of a lot of people. You get so much in the mood. I was just thinking this morning. My thinking was, I felt if I'm made a president for one day, right? I just thought about it. I said, okay, if I'm made a president, it's not a rocket science. I just thought about it. The first thing I would do is Operation Return Loot. And that will save a whole lot of money. If you don't want to go to Kirikiri, let me ask you: do we still have a capital punishment, like facing the drum?
The hangman.
Oh, do we call it? Okay, I think Kirikiri is still right there. So in my government, I will just for one day. You see, if you have stolen Nigerians' money, the people want their money back. And if you don't return it, you are going behind the drum. So I think a lot of money will be retrieved via that. That is my own government.
Okay.
And I believe most of the money that were borrowed, if the foreign government sees all these things, they will forgive all those borrowed money. That is that's my intention. But will I be president for one day?
Big question.
I don't think so.
Thank you so much, Mr. Adewale. Have a beautiful day.
I appreciate it. You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right. I got your message. I'm going to be reading some messages now. Okay. This one is not appearing there, so sorry. I got your message. What kind of democracy are we celebrating when they didn't give the winner president? They should go back to May 29. Stop fooling who's themselves. You join now. It's ourselves, all of us. This is Uchena from Ojota. Good morning. I got you, Kamilu Balogo, aka Kashikapo from Kirikiri Town. Good morning, street brother. Your face show, your shoe shine. I agree with me. I agree. I love this greeting. Good work. Keep it up, and thanks for being there. Please, those people that arrested the protesters, please, I just want to ask if they will tell me that they will not benefit too from it. Mind you, if the road is constructed by you, you are not the only one that will use the road. I get you. Thanks. My name is, I'll say it again, Kamilu Balugu, aka Kashi Kapo from Kirikiri. You're sending this message from Kirikiri Town? Hari. All right, I won't be able to take any more calls. I will be joining you, all things being equal, by 10:30. Hopefully that will be the case. And all right, We'll be taking some of those things tomorrow. I wanted to say tomorrow. Later on at about 10:30, I'll be back. Adigbo confused me. It's the Haburi confused me just now. So at 10:30, I'll be back. And some of those things, some people wanted to hear some of those things we played back and even more from MKO yesterday, just to give them a feel of what history was like then and what history could have been. Anyway, we never can tell what could have happened though if the things turned around the way people planned them to turn around. Anyway, you get to hear some of those again, and then all things being equal, as I said, we'll have Femi Falana, the son himself. He will be joining us, and we'll be looking at a lot of things. You know, he was one of those who joined the struggle for democracy, and I remember to read your messages. The ones not taken, I'll take them at that point. Even the president yesterday, when he was talking, mentioned his name. They were all young and then vibrant. Femi Falana would have been like 32 or so that period. Rub minds, find out what they were fighting for then. Is it the same as now? The judiciary then, is it better than what we had before? A lot of questions we'll be asking when we get to that point. Adigbo, you feel me?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How was the night?
Fine. Even though I be asleep, the fact that I woke up one kind, that means I didn't sleep enough. But fine. And yours?
Fine. Thank God weekend is fast approaching.
Now only that one they think nowadays.
Another one day my mind as be now. Today na Thursday, na tomorrow.
You soon tell me what they do for weekend.
You know the fall where our president for yesterday. He said na dobale.
Swagger dobale.
Na Mr. Ojedeji go tell us say na dobale.
Na swagger dobale.
Yeah, sometimes you swagger, you dobale, dobale. He said adeya dobale, but everything na swagger, dobale. Oh, you prostrate.
Momisha, I would have
our heroes past.
I would have preferred just saying that it's been a stressful time preparing for this because it means a lot to me. I'd like to apologize to everybody about the sleep I had earlier in the morning. I was too focused on what I was doing and I missed my step. But don't worry, we'll try not to miss steps as we try to take Nigeria to a better place. Me, they can't employ me. You know here as I talk. You feel me?
I feel
you feel
the
me?
Swagger was there.
Oh my God! Not to say na dobale swagger now. And people, some of us not like I can't be like say when they teach children how to not say the thing the way it is. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. Today I'm feeling like an American.
Don't worry, by 10:30 we continue the American way.
My sister, by when hunger don't show person, go turn back to Isoko to handsome. Me and you did program yesterday and day before. You didn't see in the prophetic scene what was going to happen.
I released the message yesterday.
Did you send word across so that they'll be careful?
I think I released it in parable. Jesus for the second time.
You say?
Jesus, the second falling.
May the Lord have mercy on you. But seriously, we're hoping that is very well because that was a big fall for an adult. My body
missed his legs.
What were the guys doing?
And a colleague of mine who was running commentaries from that point said the thing happened in such a way that nobody could have done anything. Nobody could have done anything.
There's nothing they could have done.
Nobody could have done anything.
To enter first.
Like this.
Yeah, nobody could have done anything. Yeah.
Jesus.
I kept wondering when I was looking. What time is it now? Okay, is your time? I still have about a minute. I kept wondering when I was seeing the face of the wife all through. I was wondering what happened until I went online and I saw the picture. I was like, goodness. Anyway, I'll be back at 10:30 and then we'll have Femi Falana join us and we'll do other things. I'm Cordelia Obe Abiodun Ojejeji. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Stay well.
If you want to be heard, say here on Voice of the People 90.3.